Okay. Hey guys.
So, do you want to do the thing?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, ESPN family. I'm Zach.
And I'm Jill. And this is Roadhouse Idiots.
Hi.
All right, guys. It is the end of season 13. We are going to talk about the episode. We absolutely are going to break down everything, but let's just take a couple of minutes to let a few people join on. I need to yell. Yeah. Hi, Heather. Yeah, lots of yelling happening. Our live reaction will probably be posted tomorrow because I don't start editing these things until after we do our review, but this is going to be a longer chat tonight, and so I don't know. Hi, guys. Yeah, lots of screaming. I actually did a lot of screaming tonight, which is, I don't know, I laugh a lot, but I don't think I scream that much. And I did a lot of, I actually screamed tonight. So I have to give Supernatural some credit for making me scream tonight. So, all right, I'm seeing lots of people are saying that they're screaming. So first of all, Idiots, thank you so much for joining us to have this discussion because I'm so excited to talk about the season as a whole and talk about specifically about this episode. There's some things that, I don't know, had me going like rocking the emotions, like anger and like different things tonight. But before we get into our Supernatural discussion, I just want to give us a little canon is not unexpected. I agree. We're going to talk about all that. But I just want to give us a little bit of an update on our like Save Wayward campaign, not ours, but all of ours, our Save Wayward campaign. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, first of all, we are going to talk spoilers in a couple of minutes, but if you haven't, because you're in Central or you're on the West Coast and you're going to be tweeting during the episode, please use the hashtag Save Wayward Sisters with your tweets and tag Netflix in it, because right now that's like a big thing. And if you haven't signed the petition yet, go check out our video mark on, you can either check out our Twitter page. We've got a link to it there, and we have a link to it in the description box on our Save Wayward Sisters YouTube video, so you can check that out. When we posted the video, I think it only had like 8,000 signatures or something. Well, by the time we post it, and currently, guys, it's at 73,000. So 73,400, and it's still growing. So you can still sign the petition to Save Wayward Sisters if you haven't. Okay, enough about Wayward Sisters. As much as I love Wayward Sisters, maybe we'll go back to that at the end of the night. Yes, the petition is still going. It is. So you can still sign it if you haven't signed it yet. You can share it on Facebook, share it, get attention out, and feel free to tag the CW, but also Netflix, because they're talking about potentially sending it over there now if it were to get picked up.
I wouldn't even tag the CW anymore at this point.
Okay.
I think that ship is set sail.
Let's go ahead and talk about Let the Good Times Roll.
The beginning, the very, very beginning was hilarious.
You're just gonna make people wait to talk about the elephant in the room.
Hilarious. So the elephant in
let's make him wait. Let's talk about the beginning being hilarious.
No, just like the whole so they made reference to
Trump America.
Well, not even that, but like what's that movie Guillermo del Toro directed that just won Best Picture?
Oh, the fish, being in love with the. What movie is that?
What is the name of that movie? I'm drawing a blank
I keep forgetting the name of that movie. Because if someone
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water, where like a woman makes love to a fish.
Yeah. Basically.
Has anyone seen that? Not to get off topic, but like, how is it? Was it good? I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
So, but I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Ice caps are melting. A movie about a woman in love with a fish.
And then the idiot from Celebrity Apprentice is our president. So
I thought it was very funny.
That was excellent. And then also, guys, since we're talking going from the beginning, okay, the whole season. In fact, before this season started, I was like, I said this at New Jersey Con when I was going to ask Sam Smith another question, but then she finally got relieved from the stage, which was fine because having Jensen Ackles interrupt you while you're asking a question is always an okay thing. I was going to ask if she met Bobby, if like they were going to like have a connection, and they seemed pretty buddy in this episode.
Yeah, I'd say buddy is the perfect thing.
Buddy, but I mean,
romanticize it or anything like that, though.
I'm saying though, it could happen.
I wouldn't be a fan of that.
I mean, I don't know.
I would not be a fan
of that. It's something that might happen. Mary gets around. I mean, it's better than her doing it with Ketch.
True, but yeah, I just wouldn't.
See, look, I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
Yeah. I wouldn't be a fan of that if that's the direction they went.
Listen. All right, we'll table that for now.
Okay.
But we are going to get back to relations. The next thing we got to, I really thought, yes, exactly. Bobby was awkward flirting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember? He was awkward flirting. Let's talk about, I'm really impressed, though, with Lucifer's arc tonight, like his written ending, because we've been saying it for a while that as much as I used to love Lucifer, he's kind of been growing tired as a villain. And
it's become old hat.
It was becoming old hat, and I thought that they gave him a really good send-off episode. Like, excluding whatever, at this point, guys, we're into the spoiler part of the evening. So if you have not seen the episode, come back and talk to us later. But if you have, I thought, even though it was kind of expected that Lucifer was finally going to die, I thought it was a really good way of doing it. And like when he stole Jack's grace, there was a second where I thought, oh, maybe Lucifer is going to be the survivor and go. And then I remembered that, oh yeah, Dean is going to become Michael, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I thought Lucifer's performance was really good. I liked him turning evil. I liked the manipulation of being like, Sam killed me, but I can forgive him, and all of that. And Jack sort of coming to light. And I also liked the turn of events of Jack being human, because I think it would have been too easy if they kept Jack and he just can be like, I can make people tell me the truth, and I can kill all these things for you, and I can protect everyone. Like, that's no fun. It's why we've weakened casts over the years, because it's too easy if you have a superhero who can just do everything. So I do like that Jack's human, and I did like Lucifer's send-off.
Why did they say that?
I agree.
I don't know.
I
have no idea why they said that, and I wish they just wouldn't say anything like
at all. I would agree, because I mean, I think, and everyone's been saying, so this was not something that the obvious pick for Dean was that he was going to become Michael. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that everyone thought he was going to become Michael, so they tried to throw us off by saying it's not going to be someone you suspect, and then people would stop suspecting Michael. That's the only thing that that I think. Yeah, I would agree. Heather's saying that she's good with it as long as they don't try to like resurrect him, which I don't think they will at this point, because I think that was a good salute end off, like actually killing him. This is the first time they killed the devil. They've never killed him before. He'd been put in the box. Yeah.
I would hope that Lucifer's done with their show, because it's going to become old hat. The show needs to start churning out fresher ideas, I think, to keep going, and I hope they do.
It was so negative, Nancy. It was a good
season. No. The season on the whole is going to be a better binge watch season than it was a week to week. Like, this season suffered from a Christmas break, an Olympic break, a March Madness break, and it just kind of like it lost momentum a lot. So I think it's gonna be a stronger season when you can binge it.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen this season be one episode short. Like, I actually think this would have been a better season 14 premiere, and I think last week's episode was a better season finale. This episode as a season finale kind of fell short with me in terms of...
I don't know. I think only the last couple of minutes was sort of a letdown for me.
It was. And that's not what happened. Part.
But I don't think it was a letdown with because, all right, elephant in the room, Dean's Michael, and Michael's going off. And I think we can all agree it was not a good surprise factor. Mm-hmm. That's my beef with it. That part was a letdown. I kind of, though, think it calls for an interesting setup, having Dean be the meat suit that's going to be taking over the world. Because as long as they don't pull, I do not want to see, believe it or not, even though Dean's my favorite character, what I do not want to see is a Demon Dean repeat where he's human again in 2 episodes. Like, I want this to be a problem that actually sticks with it, because if we think about this, Sam, obviously he's going to have an issue with hurting Dean. Cass is obviously going to have an issue with hurting Dean. And Jack, who's super protective and then had that whole father-son moment about how we're family and we protect family, is going to have an issue with hurting Dean. So, and same thing with Mary and now Bobby. So like, the best hopes to stop this guy don't want to stop this guy. So I think that this could prove to be a really interesting concept for season 14 if they don't fix it too soon.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. What I'm not good with is they should never have released that Jensen was going to be playing a character besides Dean.
Yeah.
I think if that didn't come out, the episode would have been less of a letdown to me.
Yep.
What about you guys? What are you guys saying about this?
It was a letdown. No, it totally was.
A letdown.
Like a lot of season finales that were good are like 5, 8, 12. Like last year's was pretty good. 11 to a certain extent I thought was pretty good.
So good.
Yeah, this one it just kind of fell flat at the end.
But I
think the last 2 minutes make or break a finale for me.
Okay, but like, tell me this. I thought the scene with Jack and Lucifer, where Lucifer was like, "Screw this, screw all this," and that to me,
it was a great scene.
Was so
it was a good scene. Yeah, it was a great scene.
That's the most I've enjoyed Lucifer since season 5. They made it seem so surprising. Yeah. I don't think it was a surprise, but
it seems I wasn't shocked at all.
No, because it was like, okay,
so
he's gonna make this. Dean's gonna make this choice. He's gonna become Michael, and then he's gonna fight for it. I don't know how. The one thing though, which it makes so much sense, but I didn't think about, was I did not think that about Jack becoming human until it happened, and then I was like, oh, that makes sense that he's just human now. That I'm very happy about. And he's going to now have to, and I think it's going to be interesting because Jack's been,
it's going to be like Sam and Jack are going to be like partnering up now.
And Cass.
Yeah. So it's going to be Sam, Jack, and Cass are going to be teaming up to, and what'll be interesting is like, if Dean's like, not Dean, but if Michael in Dean's meets who is the bad guy.
Yeah.
The bad guy, like the overarching arc, they're never in every episode. So like, is Jensen gonna like start skipping episodes?
That's what I'm curious about. Okay, so that's gonna be an issue. I like how someone said, because before we go off this topic, I do want to point this out. So Jack is gonna have to learn how to use a gun now. Like, I think it's gonna be difficult for Jack because he was gone for a really long time in the alternate universe, and he was like a warrior hero, and he saved all these people, and now he has to basically start from level 1 training, and he's probably gonna suck at it at first, and that's gonna be difficult for him. And so they're gonna be like wanting to protect Jack, and Jack's gonna be wanting to fight. So I think that's gonna be a difficult thing. You prove an interesting point. Is Jensen not gonna be in every episode? Is it gonna be like a Jack Sam thing?
That'd be very interesting, and I'd be okay with that. Like, I think this show needs to take a little bit of a left turn.
It would throw things up on their feet. And you know what? Because I was thinking at first, well, they didn't resolve anything with the angels going extinct. So it's part of Michael, who is an archangel's plan to reproduce angels. And so is Michael maybe going to hook up with some Sister Joe to recreate some angels?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll have on-air chemistry.
Yeah, that's going to be very easy for them to do.
Yeah, go watch 10 and Chiro.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You beat me to it.
10 and Chiro, such a good movie. So, I think maybe they'll have Michael in a lot of episodes, but maybe just separate from Sam and Dean.
They wouldn't be full angels, though. Yeah, no, it's true.
It's true. They wouldn't be full angels. So,
did Cass ever tell them about that? I don't think so. I don't recall. I don't see Lucifer staying dead.
Really?
I do.
That's interesting.
And I would be very disappointed if he came back. I know with this show, like, anybody can come back and they'll write some way to do it, but I want Lucifer to stay dead because there's nothing else there's nothing to add to him.
Yeah, I feel like we've we've
We
gone
have
through
run the
every
gamut with Lucifer.
facet of Lucifer's manipulativeness of his relationship, and then like his wanting to take over the world and wanting to be loved and everything. So I feel like for me, maybe you're right, because in Supernatural, what's dead doesn't stay dead. But I actually see this as an actual exit point for Mark Pellegrino, especially because I feel like when it's your last episode, the writers write you a really good either hero or villain speech. And I think this was one of Lucifer's best villain speeches. Yeah. And i.e., okay, I know that Bobby's back now, but like when Bobby died, how much of like an episode arc was he having right before they killed him? When Charlie died, how many like great episodes did they give her right before they killed her? Gabriel, the jury's still out on whether Gabriel's actually dead this time, but they made him a hero and then showed him his wings. So I happen to be on the believer that he is dead. I find that when they kill characters, they usually give them this really great send-off episode or these send-off moments. And I think this was a good send-off moment. We saw his manipulation at the best. We saw him more powerful than he's been in years. We've seen him, and then we got to see him battle it out with Michael, which is something that they wanted to do since season 5. Yeah. So for me, I feel like it was a good way to end Lucifer's story arc. And also because they made it such a good episode, for me, it helps evaporate some of the episodes where I was like, ugh, Lucifer. Because I think Mark Pellegrino is such a great actor. I think he's always been my favorite version of Lucifer. So I was really excited to see Lucifer go out on a high note.
Struggles mean defeating Michael without the help of Lucifer. Can any of the other angels beat Michael? I don't know. The writers will.
Well, and the next thing is, too, the writers can, I mean, it's good because I don't think any of the angels currently
no, but they'll figure something out.
No one can beat Michael now. But my question is, so before okay, let's talk about the Jack, and this is related to this.
Okay.
The Jack, Sam, one of you has to kill the other one, and Sam is like, you do it, you can do this. Maybe there's a way for Jack to get powers back. Like, if Lucifer was able to take power from Jack, can Jack take power from Michael? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, maybe it's Jack who has to take grace from Michael to be able to defeat him. Also, why haven't there been Archangel Blades all along?
Because shows on the CW aren't as creative.
They need to make it sound. I'm so pissed they killed Gabriel again. I know. I was, but I also believe. But Allie also believes that they can regenerate powers. The Archangel Blade thing. It's one of those.
Kind of came out from like nowhere.
This unheard of uncommon thing. And then, I mean, I know every angel had one. Every angel had one. Every angel had one. Sam and Dean had this ridiculously large stock of angel blades that never seemed to go away.
Yeah, that's true. I don't remember Archangel Blades being a thing before.
I don't know where all these Archangel Blades are coming from.
They're gold instead of silver.
They're gold. Which, to me, do they look less impressive to you?
They do look less impressive.
Does anyone else think that the Archangel Blades look like a weaker version?
They look like a cheap drill bit that you'd find at a
I don't know. The Angel Blades, to me, look more impressive than the Archangel Blades. So I'm not a big fan of that. But I hope going into, they are kind of small. And they look dinky. Like, they look dinky gold.
They went to a hardware store. They bought a bunch of like cobalt, like the biggest size drill bits they could find, and be like, okay, here's your prop for an angel blade.
Sad.
And that's it literally looks like a drill bit straight out of a hardware store.
It's not my favorite.
Or a
plastic toys, which they also might be, since when they had the Mark of Cain, which was an actual blade, Jarrett got stabbed. So maybe they're like, you can't handle real blades anymore.
The twist it hasn't. It's a different. I guess that's how you show the difference between the two.
Yeah, the twist.
Gold and silver too. All
right. So we are going on a tangent about Blades.
It was just vamping.
Let's talk about season 14, though. What I think now is going to happen. I was hoping to see Armichael. I want to see him in the next season, all crazy and stuff. See, that's what I actually want to talk about is season 14. Yeah. I want to see Dean now as Michael being great. I would like it very much if season 14 starts several months later.
Mm-hmm.
Like time has passed and our world has become kind of apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic. Thank you. Yeah. That's what I would like to. I would like there to see problems. So this has been an ongoing pursuit, and I don't want it to be solved in an episode or two.
No, it needs to go at least half a season.
Yeah.
At least half.
The other thing that's exciting is if Jensen isn't in every episode, or at least like in different parts, this might open up a door for him to do more directing, which I think would be really cool because I really like the episodes that he directs. And I think like he's gotten better at it as he went on with directing. And I think that would be I love watching people that have come up seeing through the Atramil, like go over to the directing side. Like I love watching any episode that Richard Speight directs. And so I would love to get to see Jensen direct more episodes. I feel like that's the plan. They did the same thing when he became a demon. Yeah, they did go forward in time a little bit when he became a demon. But
see the same thing happen.
I don't want to see, and I do think Michael could make more angels because he's an archangel, and that's what they said they need. And also, Dean being Michael's true sword, apparently this is as strong of a version of Michael as you can possibly get.
Yep.
So I think that he would be capable of creating more angels if that's what he wants to do.
Yep, agreed.
But I also sometimes get bored of angel storylines. So I'm like, do we want more angels? And then someone said, when I said that on our video where I was like, maybe we should just let heaven die. And someone super morally responsible was like, yes, but that would mean all the souls and the people in heaven would get sent out. We can't have that happen. And I was like, yeah, sure. Be responsible and be nice.
Lucifer said he could. He lied. Lucifer just made an Nephilim.
Yeah. Lucifer is always a liar. Says, I feel stupid. I trusted Michael in the end. Well, I think it was just that hype of the moment, but never trust angels. Angels are always dicks. I mean, the only one who was proved not to be a total dick is Cass.
Yep. Lucifer was an archangel. Another lack of attention to detail. Yeah,
I know, but when Lucifer said, you're right, because there's a lot of continuity things. But when Lucifer said that he could create angels, wasn't that when he also wasn't fully juiced up? Like he was only at half power.
You're right.
Yeah. They said that like he didn't have all of his power. So I think that could be an explanation for why Lucifer couldn't recreate angels, because he didn't have all of his power. And he's not a good guy. So I don't know that was his main goal. Like I think he cared more about finding his son. And so he wasn't even interested in trying to charge up to make more angels.
What happened to Sister Joe? Sister Joe's still kicking it in heaven.
Yeah, well, Sister Joe, I think she left heaven, but she's on Earth, right? Okay. When she stormed down on Lucifer. And yeah, so if you're...
No, she's still kicking, though.
She's definitely still kicking. I'm very much looking forward to a Michael Sister Joe scene next season.
Yeah.
Is what I want to see. And also, Sister Joe was really smart, and she knows how to put herself around, and use power to her advantage. So I could see their relationship going both ways. I could see them hitting it off and her like being his assistant and like ruling, or I can see her like hating him and avoiding. But I actually see that she could do this like thing where she hits off and they become this like power couple going to kill America.
Might try bringing his angel army from the apocalypse world. Yeah, very possible.
Yeah, since like those port keys are open. And then I'm also Ketch and Charlie. Are they gonna like? What's the deal with Ketch and Charlie? They're just off doing their thing.
Yeah, they're off doing their thing.
In our world?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't go back, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be He'll be in a couple episodes next season, I'm sure. You get out and save the day and maybe solve the heaven problem. Dude, I feel like Michael in the Cage is just going to be like batshit crazy.
Oh, the Michael in the Cage.
Yeah, Michael
so
in the
because there's
Cage,
two
yeah.
Michaels.
Yeah, Michael in the Cage is going to be batshit crazy.
Oh, that's right. And Adam.
Yeah.
If they open up the cage, does Adam come back?
Charlie's on a road trip with Rowena causing Ginger trouble.
Oh, that's right. Ginger trouble,
Yeah.
the best type of trouble. Or Bobby says the worst. I'd say the best. I would watch that.
I would watch the show if there was a show called Ginger Trouble. Like,
oh my gosh.
If Wayward Sisters never gets off the ground, maybe they can do a spinoff called Ginger Trouble.
Just Ginger Trouble.
I'd be on board with that.
First of all, Ginger Trouble is the best type of trouble because Rowena and Charlie need to be a thing. And second of all, Ginger Trouble is the best type of trouble and has been since Fred and George Weasley made a portable swamp and stuck it to Dolores Umbridge.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's my only Harry Potter tangent for the night. But Ginger Trouble is always the best type of trouble. Yeah, see? What about Adam? I don't know. I've always been a believer
what about Adam for almost
that
a decade.
I was always like, Adam's never come back. He's never coming back. However, if they went into the cage for a batshit crazy Michael, Adam is there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Is anyone think
Charlie and Rowena gonna be a thing?
I wouldn't be disappointed, but
like a romantic thing?
No.
No.
But maybe.
I don't think Rowena swings both ways.
Yes, she does.
I mean, I don't think Charlie swings. I meant to say Charlie doesn't swing both ways.
Well, Charlie's gay.
That's what I'm.
Rowena's a girl. Wow.
Late.
I absolutely think Rowena swings. I don't see it, but I wouldn't mind it.
Somebody can write a fanfic about that.
Adam can't be alive in any useful way at this point. Okay.
Mary and Bobby. I'm not a fan.
I told you.
I'm not a fan.
I told you. I see Bobby and Mary, and clearly you are outvoted because everyone in the comment section agrees.
I think it could be a thing. I just don't want it to be it. Like I wouldn't like it.
Again, it's a step up from when she did it with Ketch.
Yeah.
It's a step up. Ketch was skeevy. That was skeevy. You take this guy who is like tortured and been terrible to your sons and you just start sleeping with him. That's messed up. At least Bobby's already like a father figure to the boys.
I don't know how, but I'd like our Michael to be in the young John vessel.
Matt Cohen.
Yeah. The doctor from General Hospital.
Yeah. The neurosurgeon priest who takes off his shirt a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that just because I wouldn't mind seeing Matt Cohen make a cameo.
Yeah, it's been a couple years
since we've seen Matt Cohen. And I've always loved how they bring in Matt Cohen because they never break the rule. Like, it's never a returning to life because he is a young John Winchester. So they've always found cool ways to reintroduce Matt Cohen's character, which I've always appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of people are saying. They might not want the Mary and Bobby thing.
That's
to happen.
I think we're on the same page. Like, it's probably going to happen, but we're not going to like it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it as much as you would hate it. I think it would be like awkward and wrong, but I wouldn't mind it.
I don't think Sam and Dean would be into it.
That's why I'm kind of like, yeah, but what are they gonna say? Like, how dare you, Mary? Try to move on with someone we approve and we like when John's been dead shorter, like John died after you died. Like, it's this whole thing. Like, really? Yeah. She just has to be a widow for life or he's not going to be happy about it.
I don't want it to happen to me. Yes, I can see it.
See?
Better than Ketch, yeah.
Again, better than Ketch.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Let's see, what do we still have to talk about? So Bobby's here, Mary, Rowena and Charlie are just sort of doing their own things. Yeah. I mean, that feels like it should at least be an episode.
Do you guys think season 14 will be the last season?
So that's an interesting question. Because for a while
I thought it would be. Now I'm not sure.
And now I'm not so sure. I do think it feels like we're closer to the end than it used to be. I'm not sure if it will be season 14. But I'll tell you this, I would be shocked if it went to season 16. I wouldn't be shocked to see it go to season 15. So I could see this potentially being like the second to last season. I know both Jensen and Jarrett talked about for a while that they really wanted it to get to 300 episodes, which is going to happen halfway through season 14. So we even talked about way before they announced season 14, them potentially only doing a half season for season 14 and like ending it on 300 episodes. Now I'm kind of like, maybe the 300 episode is when we will get Dean back and like defeat Michael or something. Cause they always do something really, really, really special on the 100 marker. So I don't know that it will be the last season, but it wouldn't surprise me. It also wouldn't surprise me to see them go 15 seasons.
Yep.
So
I
instead,
want Chuck to come back. They'll probably find a way to write him back in
for the final season. Yeah. I mean, I could see Chuck coming back for the final season. There's one person that I want to see come back for the final season and the final episode in some way, and not alive. I just want them to be involved. And
good luck booking that guy now.
But he is a very busy man.
Good luck booking that guy.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who, by the way, like the whole cast is amazing, but that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is just like the sweetest soul in the world, and he just gives so much like to his fans. When he was at the convention, in between all of his crazy shooting time, and was just burned out, and he got in trouble for taking too much time in autographs because he was being so kind and wanted to talk to everybody. And
his signature's on that thing.
His is up top. His is like the only one.
You can't even. It's
this one.
No, it's not. It's
this colored one. I cannot be a weather person. It's that one. And it's personalized. We were one of the last people that got a personalized autograph from him, because then they were like, "You're taking too long. You just have to sign it. You just have to sign it." And he's like,
he took one of our business cards.
He took one of our Roadhouse Idiots cards, which was so sweet of him. And he's just he would look so exhausted. And then he was gonna like miss his flight, so then they had to change the way that things happen, and he just had to run through the line while signing everyone who was still in his line like 3 hours later. And I think Misha Collins was on stage when this happened. And you just heard this massive "I did it" from the back of the stage. He was scheduled to go, and because it went through his panel time, he was supposed to just leave, and then he still came up on the stage to talk for like 13 minutes before catching his flight, because he's that nice to his fans. And then because he was so burnt out and tired, that's how
production crew and the writing crew, I think this season was an opportunity for them to right a lot of wrongs.
And I see what you mean, and in retrospect, I have such mixed feelings about it, because I think I love seeing some characters come back, but I also feel like you did have a good point that they took advantage of it. So as much as like, because there's like I want to see Ellen and Joe, and I think Ellen and Joe were really cool characters, and I loved them. But I also feel like if we keep bringing people back, I don't know, in the sense that you were saying of like it cheapening some deaths, and it's so torn, because I love seeing these characters, but then I'm also like, you're right, death doesn't mean as much. If we keep just bringing these characters back. But having said that, I wouldn't mind John Winchester not being brought back to life, because I don't want him to be brought back to life. But like if the boys die or something and he's in heaven, or it's like his spirit, or we have a Hamlet moment where you see the ghost of your father, or something. Not saying that John Winchester's a ghost, because that's the thing in this world, but like some just sort of some way, or even if it's not, he's not actually there, but it's like a hallucination or something. I'd be good with that. But something of laying to bed Dean's daddy's issues. I'm glad it's not.
I mean, you never know. They bring Wayward Sisters back? Try maybe
again. Yeah. So for Wayward Sisters, guys, if you weren't here when we were first talking about it, you can still sign the petition for the Save Wayward Daughters. It's on the change.org site for Wayward Daughters, and we have a link to it in our Save Wayward Sisters video. We also have a link to it on our Twitter page, so you can go check it out there. And it's like all over with any of the hashtags Save Wayward Sisters right now, where you can sign the petition, and I think it's up to like 74,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan did say that in an interview that John Winchester would be back. And it's so funny because sometimes Jeffrey Dean Morgan, unlike some of the other actors who are really good about only saying things that they're approved to say by their networks, he'll say things before he gets approval to say it by the networks. And then he's like, oh, well, now it has to happen. So I definitely agree that he would be up for it. I just don't know if he'll have time in his shooting schedule, because that man is overworked.
John and Bella are the only characters in the show who stayed dead. Ellen and Joe have stayed dead.
Yeah, Ellen and Joe have stayed dead. We did see the ghost of Joe for one episode, but and they did do that alternate reality. Well, Ash is, he's been in heaven. So like these are stay dead characters. Like Ellen came back in that alternate reality where Ellen and Bobby were a thing. Apparently I just ship Bobby being in relationships because I loved him with Jodie.
Taking his hint from Marvel actors. Is that a dig at Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo to spoil everything?
They totally do.
I actually would like to have seen Bella come back in Apocalypse World.
I didn't want to see her in Apocalypse World. I agree. I like him with Ellen was my favorite.
She's
with
also,
Bobby.
She's also Lauren Cohen's on The Walking Dead. Actually, I think she just finished Walking Dead. Now she's starting another show.
Yeah, but you know how I always wanted them to bring Bella back? I've always said that this was the perfect way to bring back Bella was as a demon. Because back when Bella remember way back when it was such a simpler time where it was just demons and no angels. And they talked about what happens when you go to hell. When a human goes to hell, they eat away at your soul until you become a demon. Like that's how you become a demon. And I can see that happening to Bella. So I would have loved to see her come back as a demon who turned in that from hell. I don't think it can happen now because the show has changed what it's about. But when it was about...
We haven't even seen demons.
That's what I'm saying. When it was about demons and things.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been such a cool way to bring her back. And it wouldn't have been bringing her back to life. It would have been bringing her back as a demon.
I actually wouldn't hate seeing more demons next
season. Some of those simpler routes. Because where things could happen... But I don't see them going in that direction anymore unless they took a major left turn. I think it would have been cool. Like, it's so weird to see the changes that the show has gone through over the years. And in some ways it's been good because I think it's the only way the show has managed to stay on as long as it has. But man, I love taking people who haven't seen the show Supernatural and bringing them into the fandom, because when I have a sickness, I like to share it with the world. But I also like watching the first couple of seasons of Supernatural, like that whole format and everything, because it's,
Isabella as a demon would be amazing, because they can't get Lauren, they can recast. Yeah,
they could recast.
I've never big fan of recasting
of things. Although, I mean, sometimes it worked out because
it worked out with Meg.
With Meg, because Rachel Miner. Oh my God, Rachel Miner. Again, another sweetheart who is wonderful, because I think she's the only celebrity that I've ever met that will just openly talk about fan fiction. Ruby. Jen.
Can't believe they killed Lucifer. I can. It's time, but it's about time.
Yeah.
Frankly, it's about time.
More on the I can't believe I thought it was a good way to send him off. I'm good with that. And I also I'm very excited, guys, because you know what I think season 14 can hold that we haven't seen much of. So Sam, even though he's proved himself time and time again, this is not a which brother is a better hunter thing. I don't want to start that fight. But Sam has always had to be the little brother. So normally Dean will pull rank in. This is the way we're doing it, Sammy. But now Sam is like, hi, I'm Big Brother now because it's him, Cass, and Jack, who's like son, little brother guy. So now Sam is going to be the one kind of calling the shot.
Yes.
And I think it's interesting to take Sam from a little brother reference to a big brother standpoint. And I think he's going to have to finally step into the role of big brother. And I don't think he's ever done that before, because even with other characters, like even with Charlie, Dean always treated Charlie like a little sister, and Sam and Charlie kind of just had more of like this friendship. Yes. Like it was a friend. Not to say that Sam cared about Charlie less than Dean, but Dean saw her as a little sister, and Sam saw her as like this other cool hunter chick. So it's going to be interesting to see Sam having to be like big brother / father figure role to the hunter, and being the one like, no, I'm calling the shots here because you're not a Nephilim anymore. Maybe you are, because you can still get your power back, but you don't have powers right now. You're just a kid. And Bobby and Mary are probably going to go off on their own hunter quest, and Cass is going to be trying to help by going in and out for a few episodes. So I think you're going to get a lot of Jack Sam scenes.
Lucifer's always a sure thing in terms of villains. I don't see what other threat they could bring in. Yeah, I don't know.
Wasn't
the battle between Michael and Lucifer supposed to roast half the planet?
Yeah, well, it's from season 5. Remember that the battle was supposed to roast again. Maybe not when Dean Winchester's calling the shots. Yeah, I mean, I think it was supposed to roast half the planet, but I mean, maybe in season 14, more of the planet will be roasted. Like, remember that episode where Cass became God for when he had the Leviathans come into him?
Very, very beginning of, or like the season 6 finale, season 7 premiere. Yes.
Yeah. And it had those scenes where Dean's just working on fixing the Impala, which, by the way, the Impala has not been destroyed in way too long. But who would fix it this time? Yeah. Anyway, Baby hasn't been showcased enough this season. Because now that the bunker is more their home, it's like we see less of Baby, which is a real shame. But I would love to see like some of that, like the reports on the radio of the things that Cass God was doing and things like that. I mean, I would love to see Michael being the major threat and Michael wreaking havoc on this world. That's what I think the threat is. And I think it would be new, because I think it would be very difficult for Sam, Jack, and Cass to approach stopping Michael when Dean is inside Michael.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the main plot. And it does put an emotional factor, because they could, especially if season 14 is the last season, when seasons are the nice thing about a show ending, guys, as much as I don't want Supernatural to end, when a show ends, characters, like main characters, can die, which means the stakes are going to be raised, which means I'm actually going to be nervous for characters. And it could mean killing Michael is killing Dean. And that, to me, as much as I don't want to see Dean die, that's exciting for me, because the stakes are real. And the stakes haven't been real for Sam or Dean or Cass since they've been on the show. And I love these characters, and I feel like part of loving characters is being worried about characters and like what if we can lose them. So I would be really excited to almost not even know if there was going to be a season 15, if there is, because I would feel if a show had the potential to be over, then Dean could die, or Sam could die, or Cass could die. And that can actually give us an opportunity to have real stakes for these characters that we've been supporting and loving for like all of this time. And I think that would be a really cool thing.
Yeah. I hope that resolve Michael Dean within a few episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about that about 30 minutes ago, that we were saying we wanted that exactly. Like, I'm really excited to see Dean as Michael, but I don't want it to be over in 2 episodes like Dean and Dean. You're so right. Go out on their own terms instead of being forced out by the network. And I think when you look back on those things, it's always better when shows or people walk away on their own terms. I mean, this is like going outside of fandom, because it's not really as much of a fandom show, but I think like that was a really good example of that, is when Steve Carell left The Office, like while it was still funny. And then the show became significantly less funny after he left. And they kind of got their groove back at the end. The last season was like good and stuff. But it was nice to have someone like walk and be like, you know what, it's time. And then have it leave on their own terms. And same thing with like athletes. Like when they leave, when they're still good and competitive, sometimes you're like, I don't want to see you go because there's still so much you can do. But it's sometimes better to have them end on a high note and in a term where you can be like, wow, this was really good. I mean, actually, and I'm so glad it didn't. Trust me, I'm so glad it didn't because we never would have had this page and I never would have gotten you into Supernatural and gone to the conventions. But when Supernatural was originally going to end at the end of season 5, I was one of the people that was like, I hope it does end because it was such a perfect story. And I'm glad I was proved wrong. But I didn't watch season 6 live right away. Like I took a small hiatus from it because I was like, why would you ruin such a perfect story? You had this beautiful, beautiful, wonderful story arc. And if you just eliminate the last like 10 seconds where Sam shows up on the lawn and you just went to black with Dean in the house with Lisa, you have this like really tragic ending where neither gets, you know, what they want. And I remember when they said they were coming back from another season, I was like stomping up and down on my feet with my really, really good friend, Crystal. And I was like, oh my God, no, because it's perfect. And I don't want them to ruin it. And then when season 6 came about and it had all those Campbells, I was like, see, ugh. But then the show got amazing again. And then we got characters like Charlie and we got awesome seasons with Bobby and we got Crowley, who really came, like Crowley was in the earlier seasons, but we got Crowley as Crowley and we had so many amazing things happen that wouldn't have happened if it didn't go on. So I'm so glad it did go on. But when a show is going to come to an end, it can raise stakes and that could be something really good. Wasn't as destructive as they said because Lucifer didn't have his true vessel. That's true. Lucifer did not have his true vessels.
Yeah.
And also, I think part of the fight, it was supposed to last longer and be taking out more of like mankind with with the victors, because I think part of Michael's plans is to destroy and shave all this stuff from the planet. So I'm interested to see what they have him do and what they have going for this. Yeah, that's a good point. Thankful that Jack got out alive. There was a moment.
When did archangels start flying like vampires?
Dude, I don't even. Yeah. That particular fight scene, must have been really fun to shoot. And but like I don't know, the wires to me didn't look good. It looked like it was 2 people hanging from wires. You know what I mean? And so
practical effects.
It
wasn't.
Yeah.
It's a network TV show.
So the budget,
fifth lowest, network.
So that for the visual effect. Well, it's because some of their visual effects look amazing.
Some look great.
Some
and then
look so good. That one was a little but still, I think Death is gonna kill Dean because 1, she
doesn't like
him,
and 2, she's big on the rules of the universe and stuff. I'm sure Michael messing with stuff in the main is bad. Yeah, maybe.
I
could see Billy kind of bailing Dean out.
Yeah, because I think it's interesting because I think Billy hated Dean when she was just a Reaper.
Yeah.
But since she's been promoted to Death, I feel like she's
very much on the up and up when it comes to the natural order of things.
Yeah. So she understands more, and not that Dean's her favorite person, but she's more accepting of everything. Wonder what's going on with the other 8 angels. I know. Someone says it's a torn. Tired. Some people think Billy's gonna save Dean, and some people think that Billy's gonna kill Dean. I think Billy will make a reappearance. I think it's gonna be at some point. I think it's gonna be when Death takes Sam and Dean. Death is gonna be like appear whenever it is that they die and take them to whatever it is, whether it's nothing or heaven.
I hope they do that well.
And I do really hope they do it well. I hope. Okay, I lied. I said I wasn't going to reference Harry Potter for the rest of the night. Oh. But okay, the Hallows And like, the third brother who chose the cloak of invisibility, and like Death greeted them as equals and old friends. Like, I feel like when they go, it could be a positive thing.
Yep.
Is her favorite. I just think she definitely sees the bigger picture with Sam and Dean now that she's Death. I think as a Reaper, she was just like, I hate these guys. And then when she became Death, she became all knowing of all of.
I would agree with
all
that.
of these things. So let's see. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about? It can be from anything this season, because I think we kind of talked this out, and we will do as we get closer to season 14. Zach and I will come out with a season 14 predictions video of things that we want to see and things that we think will happen. But is there anything else from the season at all that you guys want to talk about before we head it off?
If Wayward Sisters doesn't get picked up, are they going to resolve that cliffhanger?
No, I don't think. Well, that's weird though, because Jody is still very much alive and well. And oh wow, I just had a thought. But sidebar. Good talk. I'm going to bed. Good night, Heather.
Good night. Do you think the British Metal will return?
No, I feel like that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were we just before? Will they resolve Wayward Sisters? I don't even know, because
cliffhanger that they had at the end of the pilot.
It's so difficult to say because Jody and Donna and several of those characters are still very much alive in the supernatural.
Yeah,
arc.
all of them.
So
except for the
one that's in the other world. So I don't know. I don't know if they will resolve Wayward Sisters in that arc. I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen with Wayward Sisters. What the brother
and sister they meet. I'm not sure.
I need more.
Yeah.
Give us more.
In episode 17.
Episode 17. What episode is that?
I need a
hold on
refresher.
Supernatural. Oh, that's better. Check on our phones rather than going away from.
Yeah.
Oh, the Witch siblings. Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about them. They were good characters too. Yeah. The Witch siblings, those guys. That was such a I wanted to see more of them, so I wouldn't be disappointed if we came back, because they did similar things as Sam and Dean.
Do you think Chuck could return? I'm sure you want to be present when his favorite son died. I almost expect Chuck to return.
I'm sure you would want to be present.
I expect it at this point.
For Chuck to return.
Maybe Evil Kyle will save Dean.
Maybe. I love now we're just going off the grid with some details.
But I do want that thing resolved.
I want it. So I just refreshed our thing again. Ugh.
Yeah.
70. Load. All right, we've only gained 100 more signatures.
So we're at 75?
73. No,
73.
5.
Okay.
562.
I think the darkness come back. I'm sure.
Well, if Chuck comes back, the darkness can come back as well, because they're doing their thing.
Yep,
so
I think
Amara
it's absolutely
could
possible.
Come back, very much so. I mean, and Emily Swallow, she is so different in person. I don't know why. I thought she would be just slightly more serious than she is in real life. She is so bubbly and just her as a tiger mascot. Yeah. I feel like that's my spirit animal.
Speaking of Chuck, I like to see a battle between him at full power and Michael.
Oh, Chuck versus Michael? Ooh, I like that. I would sign up for
Chuck
that.
Chuck versus Dean Michael?
Mm-hmm. Well, it would be this funny thing if when Chuck and Amara, if they came back and had issues and almost Chuck was sick of it all and is you know what, screw this Earth, and Amara wanted to be no, we have to save Earth.
Oh yeah, that'd be a little twist of the
their yin and yang
characters that way, huh?
So I would like to see Chuck again, which wouldn't be breaking any rules. I would like to see John Winchester come back. All in all, really good season. Yeah. I would love to see Wayward being picked up. Mm-hmm. Disappointed that we never got
our scenes with Gabriel and Chuck.
Oh yeah, I know, that sort of resolution. Sad.
Think Gabriel's dead? You think he's really dead this time around?
A lot of people think he's not.
Yeah,
but I do. And then a lot of people were saying that they think Gabriel's dead, but they think that Loki is alive. It was Loki that faked his death. who originally took on the Trickster. So he could
Okay.
be not Gabriel, but the Trickster.
Gotcha.
Like Loki could
Yeah.
still be out there.
Yeah.
And it's so, I don't know, it's so tough because every single episode that the Trickster he is the wild card. Yeah, Robin and Rich together is always
Robin and Rich
amazing,
together are
which is
yeah.
why we need more Kings of Con. I still have hopes that will somehow get a season 2. It's like one of those things that I don't think is realistic, but I want it. Like if someone just later down the line was like, okay, we'll do more Kings
Jack
of Con.
is beating up Michael, nobody went to get the handcuffs for Lucifer.
The ones that he broke out of, though, because remember when Lucifer already broke out of those handcuffs like 2 episodes ago.
So that's why.
Maybe that's why. Like he broke them.
That's a Russo brothers explanation.
I did. I just sounded. I went very writer.
Yeah.
He broke them.
Yeah.
The death scene. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm on team. I think Gabriel is dead. And again, it follows the formula of they gave him a good send-off episode, like where he was being the brave brother to fight. Mm-hmm. And generally that's when people are actually dead. So, all right, guys, I think we're pretty much finishing up. I think we're getting now to repetitive topics. I hope you guys enjoyed this season.
Did you want to do like, so we do our rating for every episode? Do you want to do
our Impala?
Do you want to do just like a rating for the episode and then a rating for the season as a whole?
Oh no. Okay. Okay. Well,
1 out of 10. 10 being good, 1 being
I can't. I don't have the Photoshop graphic, guys, because I make it in Photoshop. And there is a way people can put graphics up, but I didn't prepare for this. Clearly, he sprung this on me. I was not preparing on making Impala season, so I did not make the Photoshop graphic.
My bad.
I did not update it with the Impalas. But we can go ahead and give this an Impala rating first for the episode. All right, hang on. Just so you guys know, most of the reviews, I don't edit that much. It's pretty much just lets it range. The biggest time, if you ever see a cut before when he says, "Are you ready?" and then there's a jump cut, it's because I take like a minute for me to decide.
Yeah.
It is this long pondering of no higher, no lower, no higher. And I cut that out so you don't have to wait a minute while I do this. But now we're live and people can see how long I take to read it.
Yeah, it was pretty easy for me to come up with my number.
Yeah, it always is easy for you to come up with your number. You're not the problem, and this is what editing is for. Okay. We're going to disagree, but I've got mine.
Mine's a 6.
Mine is an 8. So 7 Impalas. And I knew you were going to be mad because you are make or break in the last 2 minutes.
Yes.
I very much liked, first of all, the beginning scene, hysterical. Apologies in advance. The Trump bashing, hysterical. Sorry if you like him. I do not. I found that part really well done.
Yep.
I love the writing for Lucifer. I thought the Mark Pellegrino scenes, the Senate was so great, which is so important to me because Lucifer has always been one of my favorite villains. And then he kind of went away from that. Like it didn't. And this episode where he stole his son's grace and he manipulated him, it was so great. He was great as a manipulative person and he was great as a physical villain. And I like seeing both facets of that. That for me is really good. And even though it was super obvious, which is why I had to take off some points.
Yes,
for
that's where all my
Gene
points come from.
Becoming Michael. I did like Jensen in his spiffy hat and his tall suit and walking at the end. And I to me would love it as long as it's not a Demon Dean thing where they fix this in a couple of episodes. I really want them to explore Michael for a long time. And really give Jensen a chance to sink his teeth into it. And the other thing I liked is I really like Jack being human. Mm-hmm. So I'm good with a lot that they did for this episode. Will I agree? It's not going to go in my top 3 season finales. Ooh. Guys, do you want us to do a ranking season finales video?
Not right now.
No,
Like,
a separate video
we
like
could-
that
yeah, we
during
could do that.
Hiatus.
We can do that.
A ranking of our favorite season finales, separate video from ranking our favorite seasons. But yeah, because I was thinking about saying it, but you'll have to wait. We'll rank our favorite seasons and we'll rank our season finales. The last thing that we would give you for tonight is you wanted us to rank
Yeah, let's rank the season as a whole.
I don't know that I'm prepared. We've never done that before.
We haven't.
The whole season?
Yes.
You want me to come up with it live? Well, I can't even.
Maybe not. Maybe that's a terrible idea.
Well, you just said we were going to do it for them.
I reserve the right to take it back.
He does this a lot.
I reserve the right to take it back.
Mm.
We've been at this for like.
It's a good season. I think it was better than last season.
I would give it a solid
and
8.
Better than the one before that. I think 8's good. Solid 8.
I would give it a solid 8.
8 Impalas for the season, which is pretty great.
All right, I think we're gonna shut this sucker down.
We're gonna tune off, guys. Thank you so much for chatting with us. So thank you everyone for watching. But for those of you who added comments and we actually get a chance to respond, thank you so much. I love it so much when you guys write comments, and we read every single comment on all of our videos. But we also we do this 100% for fun, and we do this in between both of our very full-time jobs. So we don't always have time to respond to all these comments. So I love doing these live chats, especially because we are a small channel and we actually get to read all the comments that you guys put in here and get to respond to them. So thank you so much for participating in this discussion. And if you guys enjoy this, I think we'll do some more live chats. We're not going to do it too often because we are such a small channel, but maybe we'll do another live chat before the season kicks off again. What are your expectations if people are interested? If you are not subscribed, thank you for staying with us for an hour-long video, but please hit subscribe to our channel. We are going to continue to update throughout the Hiatus for both Supernatural videos and some other fandom videos. So go ahead and be sure to stay tuned for that, and keep using the hashtag SaveWaywardSisters and tagging Netflix, because maybe a snowball's chance, maybe that will still get picked up. So keep fighting the fight. I hope you guys enjoyed this season. But apart from that, thank you so much for joining us in the Roadhouse.
Carry on, and we'll see you next season.
We'll see you next season. We will see you before next season, but we'll see you next season. Bye, guys.
Bye.